All right, this is the composition review for advanced photography. So if you click on your assignment, the first step is to look at some of these websites. You should be able to click on them. They'll take you to Mr. Nelson's page is the advanced photography teacher over at Maple Grove, and he was nice enough to kind of give us his website with some of his resources. So he has lots of information about the rule of thirds and different composition tips, some videos, edge tension or edge framing, directional lines, what does he call it? Close shot or tight shot. So he has some different resources for you in composition. There is also my presentation that I show Photo A students. So if it's been a while since you took Photo A, there are different examples of focusing on a portion of the subject. That's the same as his, what does he call it? Tight or close shot, we call it. Focusing on a portion, putting something in the foreground. There's also this website looking at 20 different composition techniques that you are asked to use. And so thinking about composition and getting that back in your head is the main point of this assignment. Because composition as an advanced photography student should be something that you are always thinking of. So the first step in this assignment is to go through those websites and review a little bit of information about composition. Then there are a handful of examples that I have pulled, and there is a grid. And what you're asked to do is to move them into the boxes. So I like to make the screen a little bit smaller so I can see. All right, rule of thirds. Which picture do I think shows the rule of thirds? Well, I can see that B. You know, if you look really close, there are different examples for each one. So I think the B is going to be in the rule of thirds. So I'm just going to drag that B into that box. Rule of thirds box. Framing within a frame, changing your camera angle, directional lines, edge tension or filling the frame, focusing on a portion of your subject, putting something in the foreground, symmetry and center composition, and leaving negative space and minimalism. So you're going to drag the pictures that you think fit into each box. It might get a little funny with this, the layout, but that's okay. You know, you can always kind of make it a little bit cleaner as you go. So the second step is to fill out that grid. And then the third step, once you've completed that grid with my pictures, you are asked to go into a website and type in photography that uses the rule of thirds. And you're asked to find an image that you like. Dig a little bit, you know, don't just use the first one that pops up. I get, to be honest, I get a little annoyed when I see the same picture from a lot of students. So dig a little bit, right? Find something that you like, that interests you, that you think is kind of cool, and copy that in there. So you would find one, rule of thirds. I like that one. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy the image, and then I'm going to go back and paste it in there. Now, if your picture kind of messes things up, you can kind of wrap text that allows you to kind of move it. You can shrink them down. I don't have to see them huge, but I'm looking to see that you have found pictures that are examples of these composition techniques as well. So once you are done, I should see the second and the third grids all filled out, and hopefully that will help review a little bit about composition as we move into advanced photography.